officer in charge of drug demand reduction and training, NDLEA Anambra State Command. Then onye ọbịa nweze na ihe mmemme nke ụbọchị taa bụ Prince Chidi Chukwuemeka. Prince Chidi Chukwuemeka bụ Director of Programs New Leaf Rehabilitation Center nke dị n'Umunze, Orumba South Council Area. Maazị Chidi bụbu onye nọ into drugs mana n'ụbọchị taa ọ lapụgie ọ na-agbanyesizi ike ịfụ na ọ zọrọ ndị na-eto eto ndị na-achọ itinye aka ma ndị tinyegolo aka na-enwe ọgwụ ike. Daalụ n'isonyere anyị n'ụbọchị taa.
And equally, of course, today we'll be talking about something very special, and I mean the topic of today's segment. So without wasting of much time to what we have today, we'll be talking about the effect of drugs on fertility and family life. Or if I can get work with no person get that. But before we start, I question you update.
Yeah, Madam Priscilla, new update. NDLEA Anambra State Command me na Anambra State.
Okay.
Nizu Kagaraga. Madam Priscilla.
Yeah. The wonderful people with me in the studio. Good morning to all of us and our wonderful listeners. Good morning, and it's good to be here again with you guys today. We're going to do it together today as we always do. Your participation will be appreciated, your questions, your contribution, your suggestions, and the information from you will always be highly appreciated. I bunundi Igbo unu mana unu ji mara m bụ nwaanyị Igbo now. Na I sutowere Igbo I were Igbo metọpụ nke fọrọ na
Onye bụ atatu ụkwa.
Maka ndị otu na-ada ndị ụmụna bụ ndị mmadụ niile na-asụcha Igbo ka ema na nwanne nwoke over there. Ndị otu mbụ Igbo ka iji eri. Daalụkwanụ ndị be anyị ka anyị mekwa anyị ọzọ n'ụbọchị taata. Na ihe ndị NDLEA rụrụ na bido na Tuesday gara aga ruo na ụtụtụ a. Ndị NDLEA cover a lot of places, and this covering in two sections: drug supply reduction and drug demand reduction. Drug supply reduction bụ ndị na-aga na different places na-eme arrests ndị na-ele ọgwụ ike ele na-esizukwe ngwaahịa ndị a na-anata ha ya to reduce the supply. Within the week, I cover Okeja, eje Rihiala, eje Ukpo, eje Nkwele, eje Nando, je Onisha, je kwa some parts of Oka. Nime these places eje, a lot of arrests were made and some huge quantity of drugs were also seized. Under drug demand reduction, our team covered DMGS Onisha. I know how large this school, their population is. We were there last week to cover that place. We were also at Model Primary and Secondary School, Amobia. In fact, even at that place, in secondary school, when government-owned primary school, then where the church, that secondary school is owned by the church, Anglican Church, where primary school, where government-owned primary school, all of them gathered together. We gathered the two primary schools and the secondary school together to sensitize them about the dangers and consequences of drug abuse. So these places were the places we were able to cover within a space of 1 week, and more are still on the way. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Dalo, Madam Priscilla.
Thank you.
Nyawo update. Whatenu bell line kai call over. I can open the Anambra State.
I must tell you the truth. Na nangakwani have na hanyere the room for it. If they don't give a welcoming arm, you won't go. So Anambra and had well informed about this. And Amakwam na this problem of drug abuse go into the fabrics of Anambra very well.
Yeah.
So they are trying very well in supporting the job of NDLEA in the state. So Kaiko Prono Habel because
yeah, another aspect in the West and Anambra. Many of them are amotago in information, needed information where key help on the NDLEA law offer. Can see where Chofutai and Womaka report I went in a WhatsApp page a few days ago.
Oh, okay.
And then information. Everyone okay, be arrest aside the only.
Okay.
So Mano met him for the Macano all information and all for NDLEA.
Definitely.
So I'm making the information. Na kwa na ndị NDLEA Anambra State Command ga-eme efekosi na wa ga-eme iji wee fụ na obodo anyị dị mma. Cheta na ọlụ ịnụ ọgwụ a dịrị mụ na gị. Ọ dịrị nwoke, dịrị nwaanyị, dịrị nwata, dịrị okenye. N'ihi na asị na obodo a dị mma nọ anyị niile ka ọ dịrị mma. Onye ka anyị ga-ejiga n'iru inyere ndị NDLEA aka ka afụ na emeli na ya bụ ọgwụ a na-anụ imegide ịnwụ ọgwụ ike. Cheta na ihe mmemme a nke na-abịara gị n'ụlọ mgbasa ozi Anambra Broadcasting Service na-enyekwa gị ohere na ọ bụ na ọ nwee suggestion ma contribution ịchọ ime n'ife okwu anyị kpụ n'ọnụ n'ụbọchị taa. Ị nwere ike ịkpọ anyị oge anyị ga-agbape igwe okwu anyị itinye ụtụ uche nke gị. Mr. Chidi, achọrọ m ka isigodo hi to our listener.
Hello, no. N'ọkwa na ọfụma ma gee ntị maka ama m na ihe anyị ga-ekwu tata onye ọbụla gee ntị ga-erite uru dị egwu na ya. Chukwu gozie ọnụ.
Daalụ. Madam Priscilla.
Yes.
Anyị etiezi ọnụ n'okwu akpụ n'ọnụ ụbọchị taa mgbe onye ka anyị agbapụ ya ọzọ maka na ọ ga-adịrọ. So okwu akpụ n'ọnụ bụ the effect of drugs on fertility and family life. Ka ịnwụ ọgwụ ike ga-eji mee mmadụ ma ọ dị n'ime ma nwoke atụnyere nwaanyị ime ma ghasakwa ezinụlọ. Ndụ ezinụlọ dịbụ mma ọgbaghara ada n'ime. So Madam Priscilla, what do you have to say about this very topic?
Well, enwere m aṅụle n'ụbọchị tata maka na nwanne m nwoke mụ na ya nọ ebe anụnwa ọ ga-enye practical experience into what we are talking about. And then before that, even onye police ma na afụ na drug na affect different areas of family life. N'ụdị esemokwu, n'ụdị ọnwụ, n'ụdị ịkpa as in nwoke gaba iche nwaanyị agaba iche, n'ụdị ụmụaka ịnọzielu onwe ha na-eketa for themselves when they are not supposed to, when they have not reached the age of taking care of themselves. N'ụdị enwere onye ndụmọdụ ga-take care of the children maka na mgbe nne gabara iche nna agaba iche ụmụaka they are just on their own. Then on the other hand, most of these drugs may affect the fertility of both the male and the female. Some of them are in low sperm count. Some of them may affect the hormones of the body. Some of them now cause this erectile dysfunction. Some of them some of them ammonia with a low birth weight. Survive. Some of them they lead it to defects from himafo to poamoha. So in any way you look at it, it's not good for the fertility of both male and female. And able sikarun jobo, when a woman who is housing fertility demand deposits, every other thing about that happens in this woman, that house called a woman. And when we destroy this house with our hands, once the foundation was destroyed, what can the just man do? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, let me come to Mr. Chidi because this prevalence of drug abuse and the young people no, but how does it affect their fertility and family life too?
Thank you. One, but most of the drugs and abuse, let me start with the one.
Okay.
I remember a time for a year and 6 months, I didn't have any erection as a man. So already I'm going to affect family. Because I'm going to hope that if I could and some of the drugs, I know a neighbor too, neighbor in a drug joint who has been there for 20 years, and for 20 years I met to and don't wear wine, all go wine. You know, if you want wine, go to honor, say, moti be or mocha, you know, so on a matter, sometimes the sperm will be watery all through. Some of the drugs may have a million it can't do anything. Because personally, every drug addict masturbates. Because so you're the wine, or the hunger. By the time I get you with the hunger, would you see here barley? So only born with a chance, he masturbates. And when this thing comes, everybody got in a copy, you got your if you mark a casa, where we are neighbor. So it affects. And coming to the other side of the family, are they on our family? Because on a legal family, family get survive in the next 30 years. They are lying in 1 month. Because I'm a living witness that even up to now we are still cooperating. For a woman, a brand new car, at the times now, a lot of other things collapse. So on a drug now, the peace of a family on a line on a day in seconds. That's I got him what you do. You got to have to do why they involved. You got to have to on because on actually you will not cure the urge, drug urge. Because I know I have family men then from Enugu Bata, Obosi Bata, Bayamugo Park, Bapaka, Asaba, Oshede, Ezene, Bogo, see from Mbada here, Bazi Abo, Sena Abo, or Jurom Batabini. Kebinator by original Lagos, Bidoje Shita, Ojuno, Akala, Hinila, Akrele, Alabarago, Church Bus, T.I. Bayakotonu, John Cave, Lotta, you know. So, wondering. So, you wonder where the time you get your family, wonder where time you get his home, wonder. So, the whole family will be the joy and the peace with the prosperity of that family will be disrupted. And when you hear so, it's as bad as that.
So, but I'm into this drug now. If I know who affect family, and fertility. Your family.
The area of fertility from all this one, I go one time. When from one day, talk less of name. So even go and that is why you only 3 kids now. Before here, back no one came again. Academia before Mbapa was here was given birth to as a stillborn. Because how we go chemically within the period of time. Do you know? Yeah. And when some of the drug, it takes. I think go do na drum of a kefana boy disease na the infectious you must talk football because I need like what you get when call game affect at that time. So it's as bad as that. Especially things like this crystal meth, crack cocaine and heroin can wake him in one erection. You want to feel it for people who takes it, but that is one of the most dangerous addictive substances. Okay, there is in Canada and then mad in a coma that you can't leave the drug joint at all. So family family, both fertility wise and prosper. Yeah, you need a Basa family. And I Bogota Union does bring nothing works at that point.
All right. Madam Priscilla.
Yes.
Kedo ka this thing I need to now GMA child upbringing affect the ability of parents to train their children as expected.
Nobody gives out what he doesn't have. You give what you have. It is what and when that foundation is already shattered, everything is affected. First, a man that abuses drug, most of the time he doesn't stay at home. Most of the time. So the Umuya will grow up without the presence of the father in their house. But he's already a bad influence to the children. He does not have any moral justification to talk to the children. The children already know what he's doing. Drug abuse will be yet that child has already seen you doing it. So your presence adros in the family or you could be any moral justification to talk to them. Even if you want to talk, you won't want the physical strength to do anything because it affects you, and especially when you're already addicted to it, it affects you and affects everything about you, your physical health, your mental health, people around you. That affects you all around. Into drug abuse. Concentrate why I talk attention generally where there is everything is okay. Okay now whatever you're doing, you go home early to be with the children, to watch over the children. But when the woman is the one abusing the drug, number one, that motherly love and affection and care lose gear from childhood. You are already a very bad influence to your children. Where their face poor, because the moment the neighborhood don't matter about it, they will turn to the children with this talk that Magino into drug abuse, any of something like that. If sensation one day, one child followed me. After the sensation, he followed me. He follow one sim. Na. Mpa ina about drug. Nsia el. Why did you come to me? Osim. Na balia. Niagara school. Change the school. He just came in to that school. Niagara school for 1 year. Niagara school. Na say na mpia bonye anworo. Mpia bonye drug. So amazing, if any Ghana school and at the time he stopped going to school, that he lost interest in school. Now one auntie that could be a school loan kayana gakita and yan auntie wa being Manampia na about drug no routine. Emma, for this child, the one is not more than 14 years. Just imagine how I felt within me. As an Anambra, look at this stage. That boy, he needs both parents at that stage. That stage, That stage, the parents, the father knows Ebawa. Obona father papi amura oboko no come on knock by over go drug. And Robert drug he comes home to turn his mother into a slave, punching bag, suspecting the mother. Every movement of the mother the man suspects. And these children at their little age, I'm not good that something like that goes on in the family. Because now, like a procedure, the moment you start abusing this drug, the little resource family are they channeled into drug, that they won't use anything to focus on the children. Now, the man is no longer bringing. The woman who is trying to hustle to bring, the man suspects every movement of this woman. Now the woman in want of peace. And you can't flourish, you can't do well in an environment where you don't have peace. So you feel that everything about the family root is already shattered. What I'm trying to say is that if we don't want to take certain decisions because of ourselves, please let's take it for the sake of our children. We bring all Jack and we brought these children out. And we will not be there to give them the basic training that they need. We have failed them. And Marokko that as we have failed them, all they need to have that transfer to their own children. All the generation, the values are now battle. Values are now battle. Things delay to all the kita. I am telling you that in 1 week, in the next 10, 20 years, my young society that will call our own. Thank you.
Okay, all the downloads of the Anambra, all the Mr. Chedino. Because looking at this thing, the issue at hand now, it seems like that drug abuse or addiction will kind of negative impact on the, especially in fertility and that family life. So when I say how can the family or community support individual struggling in this drug addiction of a thing? So at least
okay, thank you. Because one of the key things in Anambra and every community or everywhere in sensitization, when the opportunity to talk to the community, supporting the addict to come out of addiction. Because I may go every research in go, both on myself, because somebody supported. Teamwork as in I am and I have none you see the person gets better, 20% of that person comes back. Because Adafusi as a brave. An addict when rejection comes, and every member of the family and the community will now hear so just like I wanted to take somebody for a free therapy. I was asking people, because I'm only a parent that I have this heart, come therapy free. And they told me, so with this, I got him with peace. Manobu Naya got as a community that everybody who falls into addiction, it just made a mistake. The same way other people do. Makai one day made a mistake to him. What can I mistake to him? I wish because of him. No, everybody makes a mistake. When I'm going about addiction, if the community will say, wow, only I make a mistaking care again, okay, my friend, not just the family and the community get a problem too. So that he can get help. Then you see families get better.
Okay. All right. From side again, Madam Priscilla, we leave a strategy. NDLEA employee, ijiwe funa farm, basawalozi ma nyela ka ifuna this thing na negative impact on the when fertility na family life na reduce.
Of course. Na gano sensitization na schools be part of this. Na just sensitization na different communities, different churches, all part of it. Because I am going to like United UNODC.
Okay.
During their last research somewhere in Nigeria in 2018, one of their projections after their findings about that if nothing is done about the rate at which people abuse drug in Nigeria by the year 2030, now 40% of Nigerians will be into drug abuse. And when I can know 14.4%.
Okay.
And I am telling you now, when we can in 2030, I know that I carry 40%, call 50%. Because in Nolo, sometimes when I sit down, I ask, on a bomata you not there, Hatukula and I say, what more can I do to destroy myself? That's just the way I see it, because you follow them in this way, they devise another means. So we cannot keep quiet, and we are not keeping quiet. I'm a rehabilitation center. We are only when such problem out here to us. We assist the person professionally to come out of the drug problem. We collaborate with individual NGOs not into rehabilitation.
Okay.
We work together with them. Like our brother here with me now, he has one. I am always working with him.
Okay.
So we collaborate with them to make sure that this job is done. We come to this radio station every Tuesday to talk about the same thing. Because obo na you little on your community, you little on your school, you little on your office, you little on your church, you not hear from radio. Okay. Do you understand? So
yes.
We are doing everything humanly possible to make sure that this message is sticking down to the deepest part, the remotest part of the states. During last year August meeting, I covered, because in the I have a team now in this when it comes to sensitization. Like some Catholic churches, Aigaro, Norca Diocese, they were up to 30 parishes. And these things, sometimes we cover 3-4 in a day. We don't even rest, making sure that this message is carried to within a very short period of time. Churches, we have gone to different churches, some Pentecostal churches, some Catholic churches, some Anglican churches. A lot of schools have witnessed our presence. Most communities have witnessed our presence. And we have also formed this community drug control committee in a lot of communities in the state. I'm still expecting some of the communities to reach out to us for us to come and establish this committee in their communities. So all these things put together, we are doing our best, and it doesn't just stop here. Everything that we can do possibly to make sure that this message is carried out, is carried to and to help the people who are already into it, we are doing it, and we're still talking to us. NDLEA cannot do this fight alone. NDLEA cannot help these people alone. NDLEA cannot reach out to the communities, to the schools, to the churches. We can't reach out to everybody alone. We all need you. The communities, you have to invite us. Schools, I take my team, I will go and get permission, and we will go. Because if we can, in a school with 2,000 population, even if it is 10 people, in the future, you have done good enough. You join a church, when the youth are having program, or maybe parents, and you speak, and your word, they're able to save 5-10 people, you have done well enough. So on our own part, we are not relenting, we are doing our best. But I know that to whom much is given, much is still being expected of him. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
All right, we are still on the program NDLEA and you, and we have been talking about effects of drug abuse on fertility and likewise family life. And I think this is where we can open up phone lines.
Yeah,
can the nega into when we can wait.
I'm waiting here on local. Machetakwa na onye na-ebia ndị NDLEA oche n'ihe mmemme bụ Igwe Pharmacist Alexander Onido, the traditional ruler of Ogidi Kingdom. Onye na sponsor this program. Dalumi Sonyelani.
Okay, akara ekwentị ndị nke ga-akpọwe sonyela anyị n'isi okwu nke tata bụ nke mbụ bụ 0904 956 0826 0904 956 0826
or 070 653 81320 070 653 81320. We have a caller here.
Okay.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Your name and location.
Emmanuel from Amadu.
Okay, Emmanuel, you're welcome.
Emmanuel, can you, yeah.
Program movement.
Abo na ikpa anyị ịpụọ n'ebe igwe okwu gị dị ka anyị wee nwee ike ịnụ ife na-ekwu. Daalụ.
Okay, likewise you can easily send okay.
Hello, good morning. Your name and your location.
I'm Reverend Prince.
Can you raise your voice a little? Prince.
Calling you from Umunuch local government area of Abia State.
You're welcome.
I'm a missionary from Kaduna to Abia. I've been there for the 6 years.
Wow.
Past 6 years now. So please, I'm begging you people to visit Umunuch local government. Drugs have destroyed local government. The drugs have destroyed the future of the youth. You know, in this local government, there's a place they call Garik in Nialo Pata, where these people from the north reside. So they have corrupted the whole area with drugs. You cannot farm. If you farm, they will steal it. They will steal it, they will destroy it, or they burn it. They steal it. In fact, they can even steal common sand. So they steal everything. So I'm begging this sister, I don't know her name. I would like her to visit. This is my main line. As a missionary, I would want to work with them. My name once more is Reverend Prince Onyemwafo, missionary from Kaduna.
Thank you very much for joining us on today's program. And the people we are in the studio with this morning are from NDLEA, Anambra State Command. But I think that Priscilla, there's a way you guys can help to reach
yes,
out to
Reverend, thank you very much for reaching out to us. In fact, I am thrilled to know that you are listening to us from as far as Somunochi in Abia State. We are very happy about that. Sir, I will, your number have been taken. I will reach out to you. I will give you the contact of my colleagues that work in Abia State Command, so that they can come for sensitization in your community, in the community where you are presiding. Even if you want them to come to the church, they will come. If you want them to come to the community, you work with the people of that community to organize, to gather the youths, men, women, children together so that they can come and talk to them. I will speak with you immediately after the program. And then my number will also be called, a number or two numbers will also be called before the end of this program, which any other listener can call any of these numbers to speak with us. If you are not in Anambra State Command and you want this to be done around where you are, I will give you the contact of our colleagues that are in your locality so that they can handle that. And if there is a drug problem happening around your area and you're not in Anambra State, there's no problem about that. I will give you the contact or give your contact to my colleagues so that I can reach out to you and you work together to make sure that the aim is being achieved. Thank you very much.
Hello, caller.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Your location.
Good morning.
Yeah, your morning and location.
Afam Ikechukwu, Esimeziagu, Olapo.
Okay, Ikechukwu, no. If you know
Dika yende kumaka drug ano abo. No were ndị ọ na-abụ akpụchagodo ha ihe chetakwa ha kwesịrị igwe na-eme ya like na side anyị ọ were ebe a na-akpọ ọha ime ezi ọ were one man na-ele this ka a na-akpọ mkpụrụ mmiri. This man has been a lot of problem to us. Mgbe na-etiwe di ya na village, so that man mgbe na-etiwe ndị group ya ihe Amara deeper well, but I'm not carrying government. And this is not done as soon as possible. Manoga didn't do tiny in a Buddhist. That's a I'm going on.
Thank you very much, my brother. Mana number one, Buna Anambra State Kaino.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number two, Buna Icho Kaibia Olu Anabono. I will after this program. I will give you the contact of Enugu State Command. They send their team to sort this out. Then number three, Bona ndi on image. Unu choke ha akushi today na tomorrow. Unu memoria.
Yes, okay.
Ndi youth akwa di mmadụ wogodo ewu na atadede. Youth akwa ha bụ ndị community unu.
Yes.
Ofu onye na akali ọha. Ọ dịghị no possible. Ihe topic anyị na-ekwu today bụ this thing affects the fertility of both male and female. Mgbe this set of youth into it today, maybe in the next 10 years, Haga is ready to start having their own children. Or the rate of infertility every corner. Actually, uncle in one village, I have the thing. My village uncle, my village auntie. And while I jaka inotoro why the problem. And I'm knowing natural infertility problem. Of course, we all know that one exists. We should not go and help to add to the natural fertility problem. So what I'm saying in essence, in the next 10 years, a young man is the man obodono. Gather together. You can give him senior 2 weeks to vacate your community. Even if he's from your community, you don't care. If either he stops or vacates, another community. If after 2 weeks he still exists, gather yourselves together. Every community get vigilante. Use your security in the community. Arrest him and take him to Enugu State Command NDLEA Dini Independence Layout.
Yeah. Okay, I think you sorry.
You have a comment.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. I am Chibu. I'm calling from Oka.
Chibu.
Yes, I'm calling from Oka.
Thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This job now, now, I come on now, yes. Outside, not where. I know intentionally, I'm not going. So do in the Kadika, in the body of room. I'm not coming to the and I ever interest. Hello. I am forgetting. No, you further. Since I don't do to condition, no, I can't get the radio. There's the news, near Nigeria. How condition? I go on or see as no condition. So we are in a man where I no condition of face.
So in a kubuline, each other in your marker, bo.
Yes. So like me and yes, yes. 1 year also.
Daloma, my bonum bandi NDLEA, no matches a offer, Kagina Kalia, eh?
You might have no condition.
Well, bandi NDLEA, Mazia Kagina Kalia, Abu nature Kagina NDLEA, by Wafana 091 368 326 79 091 368 326 79. My Wafana 081 215 163 66 081 215 163 66. Number of number the NDLEA Anambra State Command.
Okay, and as well, you can easily send your text message to our WhatsApp number. We have a WhatsApp number here: 0705 113 8812. 0705 113 8812. You can just send your text through our WhatsApp number.
You can also walk into NDLEA office. If you are in Oka, you can come to our office that is in Udoka Estate. It's Road 1, House 1, Udoka Housing Estate. You can always walk in. From the gate, tell them you want to see Mrs. Priscilla Onyema. Anybody from the gate will bring you to my office, will interact. If you are in Onisha, you can walk into our office in Onisha. All this situated at 33 Onisha. You na gate, any chalefundi na DDR. Fire, take it inside. You talk to them, they will assist you. If you come to Oka, if you're in any place close to Oka or in Oka, please come to our Oka office. If you can just walk in, tell them you want to see Mrs. Priscilla Onyema, and you will be attended to. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Your name and your
Hello, good morning.
morning. Your name and your location.
Okay, I'm David from Monrovia.
Okay, David,
Okay,
go on.
Okay, sir. Now, thank you for your work in the program. Now, because this area, even lots of DGs, digital groups, men, so they go the thing. So how do you handle the thing? Overnight, people so bad at our own by south, social media.
What was this question?
Okay.
Okay, it seems like
Only Fumaka, also Nandi AVG. So who go
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. David. Omoronya mambu victim of drug abuse. Omoronya mango drug. Decide what time nokita. decide I can try. I'm not try you I'm try. It's all your decision.
It's a sorry case in that area.
Yes, exactly.
It's a sorry case. It's a sorry case. And Ebidogo, you were going to do.
Okay.
You have a crime. You know, drug. You were happy to go do from the Nezuri. Now, but I could about to say the picture, take the internet. And they make it now, whatever. When in the drug, in a drug, 28th of February, you can honor Umuze. So they are gingering up because I am go series of meetings and meetings and meetings. And personally, on our own job affect there because. In fact, to be frank with you, 40% of the youth in Umuze abuse drug. 40% abuse drug. Offerado for youth
and if I know now, Tarama for Abro, only on their respect each other, what am I born AVG?
Or their respect. NDLEA and in our Bokona week, also got the NDLEA officer. Baba week, that damage got cost quite to only and Kitaya cost Hebrew medical doctor. Baba week, the same damage got cost in our room, Kokoya cost in our Obuno, depending on the type of drug. It can also cause the same damage on your body. I know lawyers, professionals, different professions. Emegoro admit for rehabilitation in our facility. On one of professional no na follow victim. So mobo AVG, mobo NDLEA, mobo any other person. If the person decides to abuse drug, the drug will also decide to affect the person. So overall information about the people that sell. You can always reach out to us through the numbers that have been called in this place. You can also come to our office, give us information. We will do what we can do. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
In looking at the point, yes, we know many of them, even some women who are shop. They have
only Maluneli and a shop, yeah. Only can jack ball number the NDLEA. A ball of any information. No, only the on via reveal your identity.
Take the number again.
So can book the number again. Only when such information you reach here out to NDLEA number Smith Command.
One of the number that they don't take at times.
No. I think you are the one calling this line. Yeah. It was ringing while I was in the studio here.
Okay.
So after the studio program, because the moment you mentioned your name, Truecaller showed me where you are calling from and the name of the caller. So after the program, please call the same number again. You'll be attended to. Sorry about that.
Okay. You can go over it. Okay. Hello.
Hello, good morning, all.
Good morning.
Welcome.
You can make an Indian on our studio.
Thank you.
Oh, my time, okay. We should not discuss. I've been very much interested.
Every Sabani.
And they both ask the marker now, boys in our book.
Okay.
So the thing is that this drug abuse issue from secondary school, from senior secondary. Just the team immediately to our son, one issue. Kind of they mad, make me look at man. So after everything, by the bag, they were rehabilitation center, by gallery, treat each other. They spend more than, that is almost more than $1 million plus. So, Mr. Webber, whenever I know I'm wasn't Boko, so I live when I'm not going now. Like this October, called your 28 years. Can you believe that not till now? Only the at least for the 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, $2, I see a non-salary. We need help with the family. The thing is really bothering me because I thought I'm non-natural. We need to hear other friends on the street. What they can do, I can see you. But you are the because another method one can use no way anything like it or the IC or normal or whatever.
So each time of Parasana or Papa, I will notice and maybe don't know how that correct go moon peaceful. Yes. We will learn down that we can do. So when we are affected, because all will always be dealing at this January. The all I can't allow you to a month.
Madam Ife, hold on.
Yes.
Please, can you come to our office in Oka? You can call this number.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you can come tomorrow, anytime from 11 a.m. Come to our office. Request to see Madam Priscilla from the gate. Tell them you want to see Madam Priscilla.
Okay, ma please,
go ahead.
And home service. I don't know how to do it as for now.
Okay.
So the home service, I take care of a little baby, which me I want about it. My kids. So I'm going to learn time. This is a planning shoot every 7 but I'm low in 6. So I don't know until Monday to Friday.
Again, I make it out time.
Okay. Well, this particular number now. Boya, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday night there, Jolo. I can give you an appointment.
Number NDLEA Anambra State Commandable 091 368.
Yep. My number personally.
Okay. Can board this one now. Okay, when we can directly with Madam Priscilla. Boyana 081 215 16366 081 215 16366. So always here and the marker hammer for you.
And okay.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Your name and location. One came out, Ganilu.
Because topic on the discussion, the problem there or not. Both NDLEA, so what also problem. Because although even more arrested the only thing, those arrested, can even remain, huh? Because I even in my own town, I will go them at arrest. But before 1 week, except with money, the money, before 1 week, you got the person on my guy. Then I to got the sentence. So this issue, law enforcement agents should be very serious about it. It don't matter. It's marry happier. So the main problem. So they should sit up. At least all the formal 10 20 in Ghana forward. If others will run away. And stop taking the substance. So now my own contribution. How will I let them be serious?
That won't came out. And the NDLEA Madam Priscilla
Oguruna Emonye na-ese arrest abam prosecute where. So Oguruna ndị ahụ akpọkọta from your community bụ ndị na-ese Igbo ịkpọrọ ha jee court. From there ihe lawyer the judge will cancel them and let them go. They are users. They need help. They are like sick people that need help. You need to remember each other, but and the anwa to rehabilitation center. Can we Kenya have professional assistance? In your place. Some numbers have been called here. But can these numbers near your information? And let's take it from there. Monitor this particular information in Kigenye. Maluzie Monyawa Agechiata na your community after he has been arrested without going to court and not getting judgment. And also remember, after the arrest, we hand over to the judiciary. Court being her bolia to decide, the judge decides who goes to jail or who serves a particular punishment. if the judge decides n'ebe anwa na ihe punishment ọ chọrọ inye onye a bụ ka ọ zacha court naba, it's not our making. If judge decides na punishment ọ chọrọ inye onye a bụ go for counseling and go, it's not our making. The decision on what punishment to be given to any person lies solely on the judge. We will do our own, we'll hand over to the judiciary, they will do their own, but like I told you, if you can take any of this number, give your information, monitor the word, that one from there. We don't just carry drug dealers and collect money from them and let them go, no. Thank you very much for at least for reaching out to us. We appreciate.
Like that.
But based on the if now, we feel the laws now address even on our law of Marco need now get review the existing ones. Well, if now address this drug abuse of a thing.
At least for now, but to assist them.
Okay. Help
them, rehabilitate them, and help them get reintegrated back to the society. That's the much you can do for a drug user or an abuser. Iman to yanga, ito yanga, just a meet criminals. Maybe you can just say chelo a criminal or bese ban ho meet the criminals. A measure induction into the crime world. Into it. So the only thing I can advise, like our presenter just said, is today we are just talking about how drug abuse affects families and how generally family life and how it affects fertility. Generally, it affects fertility. And Maruna, this it may not affect you that year, Ibidoria. It may not affect you that day, Ibidoria. Manambosoga mega affect or manje kwaloga kanuno sinechika mega affect. When it comes, it has come. And by that time it has come, almost in a situation where you will not be able to assist yourself. Now that you can take the decision to come off drug abuse, come out of it. For your own good and for the good of your loved ones. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah, Prince Chid. Chukwemeka. And the modern way especially all the conway to be gua if noka. I don't care about the
modern name. Ihe na-eme ụmụ anyị na ndị ezinụlọ anyị ji anọte aka na struggle na ihe ọgwụ ike bụ anyị anaghị eji ịhụnanya obi ịhụnanya were agbabata ka enye aka dịka ọsọ agbata na ya baba ya ị na-akwanye ka o see mụ because onwe obi ọkụ ahụ na-achọ ebe ọ ga-este mana ọ bụrụ na ọbata esi ya na don't worry ama m ihe a just na-eme ọ dị ya ka ọ ga-emeri mgbu dịka mụ na gị ga-ejikọ aka anyị ga-emeri ya ama na isere tata ma don't worry ọ bụ because na ị na-agba mbọ ekwụsị jisi ike we'll join hand and win. And you see that again when positive result. Ma ọ bụrụ na ndị obodo niile ga-esi otu ajikọkwa aka ọnụ ndụmọdụ mbụ ajikọ aka enwe ndị na-ese ya kpọta ha dịka ụmụ ha agwa ha okwu dịka ụmụ ya nna anyị mana ụlọ ama ha na ihe a dị otu a bifo banye na mana kịta anyị chọrọ inye aka ka anyị maa ka ọ ga-esi dị mma. I'm telling you, ọ bụrụ na eme otu a ga-save 70% of people involved. Thank you.
Daalụ Mr. Chidi. Anyị ekene gị ọzọ onye ọma na-ege anyị ntị onye ndị sonyere anyị n'ihe mmemme nke ụbọchị taa. Ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ ka na-akpọ anyị mana ọ ga-adịrọzi ọ bụ na anyị akpụchi enwe aka kụọkụ azụ anyị aka emie mana ọ bụ na ị kpọrọ anyị n'ụbọchị taa na anyị nwere ike ipik ịza ya ọkọ ewe n'iwe kpọchie anyị azụ next week Tuesday ka anyị na gị kwuo. Daalụ na isonyere anyị n'ụbọchị taa. Afọ m ka bụ Emmanuel Okonkwo. Cheta na ọ bụ na ịchọ ka gị na ndị NDLEA Anambra State Command kwuo na inwe ike ịkpọfa na 091 368 32679 091 368 32679 or ịkpọfa na 081 215 16366 ka ọ dị izuụka ọzọ. Ọ bụ na ị ka na-aṅụ ọgwụ ike ama ayọkwa gị ka ịlapịa mgbe chi ka dị maka ndụ gị. Daalụ.
Ọ dị mma mbụ onye ka Chukwu na-asị sonyere anyị n'oge dị otu a n'oge ọzọ maka isiokwu ọfụrụ ka ọ dịzianụ.
Okay.